Hello. So for this audio, I am going to do a guided breathwork and body scan meditation, and open the channel and just allow whatever wants to come through to come through. At any point, you can feel free to also focus more on the water or just the sound of my voice. Anything to help you to continue bringing your awareness back to the present moment and to your physical vessel. And before we get started, just a few things. I just recorded an audio related to some messages that wanted to come through. And there's a lot of focus and emphasis on like security and the root energy center of our body, anxiety, and just some brain fog and picking up on some of the more chaotic energetics. And so if you do feel called to receive those messages, I was going to make it all one video, and I decided to make them separate. I will try to link that in this video up in the description box. And so with that, I just invite you to get comfortable, however that looks for you. I do recommend that your spine is straight, whether you are standing, seated, or lying down. Feel free to have some water nearby or a hydrating beverage. You can grab a blanket if that feels good to you. And where I am outside, the sun just started to really get bright, as I mentioned whatever I just said. And the inspiration for this video came from speaking to my friend who is, so if you listen to this, you'll know who you are, was just sharing some experiences of anxiety. And so over the years working with breath and body awareness and meditation has really helped. And so I wanted to just share this for anyone who may be interested, or maybe who's already doing this and just looking for another perspective. And I will say that some of my influences have been like Kundalini breathwork, as well as different types of breathing, just kind of playing on my own, and just listening to different techniques and philosophies. And so with that, I wanted to start for those who maybe, like I said, kind of in a more anxious state. I know often people will say to like breathe slowly, which obviously slow breathing is so important, and I am only introducing or reintroducing for some of you the idea of working with like a faster, maybe breath of fire, or the I honestly can't remember the name. I know it begins with a P, where you breathe like from the navel, where you sort of like bring it in towards the spine and like really push the air out. So working with more pushing the air out and less breathing in slowly can, from my own experience and working with others, I've found that it can really assist with like racing thoughts or overthinking, or just that like those anxious spins. And even if you're not experiencing anxiety, I do find that sometimes this type of breathing can really just like open up and clear our the channels in the body. It can assist with clarity, like mental clarity, as well as many other benefits. But those are just a few things that I wanted to kind of to bring up. And so the first type of breath I would like to start with will be for what in Kundalini they mention as the breath of fire. And if you're already familiar with this, then you can just kind of go along with what you already know, and feel free, if there's anything I say, to incorporate new for you, to take your time with it. And if you're new to this, we're going to start by, like I said, having your spine straight. For the breath of fire, I think it's usually best to be seated, but you know, if you feel called to lay down and give it a try, you know, I really feel like you know your body, or you're getting to know your body, and it's okay to kind of experiment and see what feels good. So if you are just getting ready in position to have your spine straight, and the idea here, like I said, is to not focus so much on the speed, but just repeating that motion, which will kind of sound like this. So you're quickly exhaling through your nostrils and aligning your belly button with your spine when you push out through your nose. It's actually just starting to rain where I am, like drizzle, and the sun is out. So a sun shower. To me, I always love sun showers, and the word purification is coming to mind. Yeah, so using our breath to purify, you know, our bodies on so many levels is also quite important. And they also call Kundalini they also call breath of fire in Kundalini yoga the ego eradicator. And really, I just like to think of that, as I said, like clearing the mental plane, clearing our thoughts, and allowing space for whatever it is that we are you know, trying to create, or maybe getting underneath of those racing thoughts and seeing you know, what's there for us. And so now you can, first I will explain, just take a big breath in through the nose and kind of pull that navel in, and you can raise your arms above your head on a slight angle. So almost like making a slight V formation with your arms above your head. You can stick your thumbs out, and if you listen to the other video that I just recorded, the thumbs represent the fire element. And so when we're working with the Kundalini fire in the body, or the breath, I find it's just helpful to know and to kind of add in like a visualization of balancing, like, you know, maybe the fire and the water like within us. And so by now your arms should be in a V, slight V, with your thumbs out, and like your rest of your hands look like it's creating a fist. And you'll take a nice big breath in and start, you know, as slowly as you need to. Pull that navel in, and then you want to exhale forcefully through your nose, through your nostrils. and you want to continue repeating that. So this is more of an explanation, as you can see. And then we're going to take a few moments, and I will give you a little space to try it out. If you need more time, feel free to pause the video. And then I'm going to do it with you. Even though you can't see me, you might be able to hear me, just to like follow along with the breath in the water to assist. And then when we're finished that round, we will inhale the breath and hold it, and slowly, very slowly, start to drop our arms down around us. And this is something that I call them my team, my spirit team, gave me a couple years ago to tune into our own auric field. And once you'll see, once you practice, you'll start to perceive different energetics. You might feel tingles on your fingers, like through your own auric field. So it's kind of like giving yourself an auric bath. And of course, like anything else, the more you practice, the more subtleties you will pick up on. And again, if you are already someone who's attuned to this, then just apply what you normally do, and feel free, like I said, to switch it up a little bit. Okay, so now you can, I imagine your arms are now down at this point, so you can raise your arms back up, and if they're still up, then kudos to you. Allow those thumbs to stick out, make the fist. And we're going to take a nice big breath in together through the nose and pull in the navel towards the spine. Make sure the spine is straight. And go. Now take a nice big breath in. Pull the navel in. You can even squeeze your sex organs and just hold, tense up your body. Continue holding. You can think of yourself like you're in liminal space. And then slowly start to drop the hands. Feel free to do mudras. Just slowly comb through your auric field. And just notice any shifts in energetics. Maybe before you started, and just how a few moments can shift your energy field, your thoughts. And allow your hands to slowly come into your lap. And then exhale audibly and loud. I'm not going to continue on with the breath of fire, but if you like that, you can feel free to look it up online for someone who does like a more in-depth, and or you can, of course, rewind and listen to that again. And that is like something I like to do, even if you just have like a minute, 30 seconds, a couple minutes, just to retune into your energy and give a quick auric field bath. And if you are someone who's working with more anxious thoughts, you might want to really take your time and just, ironically, even if you feel like you don't have the time because you're panicking, over time I think you can start to see how aligning your breath with some of that higher, fast-paced energy might start to like permeate through the rest of your body and start to balance that out. Because you can think of like the energy that is all in our head. We're like breathing it out and then creating space for it to not just sit in our mental plane, but to like go through the rest of us. And now I'd like to do a similar type of breathing, but just to note that if you are someone who has a moon cycle or your period and you want to do the breath of fire, it's not recommended to do during that cycle. Okay, now this breath we're going to similarly have our spine straight. And you're going to also pull the navel in towards the spine. Taking a nice breath. And then similar to the breath of fire, we're going to forcefully exhale through the nose and really pop that navel. Yeah, so you want to like really focus on the navel while you, but this time we're going to go a bit slower and just really, really focus on the breath and the navel. And that is all you need to worry about. Your arms and your hands can just rest on your knees or on your thighs. Feel free to use a mudra, a hand mudra, if that feels called for you. And we'll do that for a few moments. And when you breathe in, really take in as much air as you can and just you can place your hand on your belly and really feel the pop when you forcefully exhale through the nose. Some coughing might happen or some releasing. And now that the sun is back out and the rain has stopped, it was just a quick little sun shower. I just felt a raindrop as I said that, actually. Yeah, it's really just taking the time to tune in and set the intention for purification. So this is more just to introduce some breathing techniques, like I said, and you can feel free to dive deeper. I may in the future do more like longer videos of this topic, but for now this feels like I just wanted to share some options to kind of assist. And so another type of breathwork that's coming through, they call it actually the detoxifier in Kundalini Yoga. I've heard it called like lion's breath, dog breath, puppy breath. And the idea is you want to stick out your tongue, take in a breath, and kind of like a dog, you essentially pant like a dog. And if you're familiar with this, then you've definitely probably heard someone say that before. So when you breathe in through the nose, stick out your tongue, and then you want to quite literally like, it sounds kind of gross, but it's not gross. It's wonderful, and it does help detoxify, like I said. So when you're doing it, you might feel sort of like almost like a metal taste in your mouth, or you might get very thirsty. And so just know that if those things happen or something similar, that you are you're doing it well. All right, so we'll do a few together, and then I will go into a body scan meditation. So when you're ready, straight spine, breathe in, nice breath in, suck in a bunch of air, and you can start. Stick out the tongue. And now breathe in. Hold it. Squeeze, tense up the body. Squeeze the toes, squeeze the belly button. Squeeze your face, squeeze your eyes. And then just and just sit for a few moments. You may feel some sensations floating throughout your body. And like I said, these are different practices. Like I said, even if you just have 30 seconds, you can introduce in as like micro shifts. And or, you know, if you have more time, then you can spend more time utilizing working with the breath. Even just setting the intention that you would like to be more conscious with your breath, you know, while you're working or while you're eating, while you are walking. All these little subtle intentions can truly, over time, at least in my experience, really make some pretty big shifts. And now I'm just going to actually pause. You might not feel it. And then we will go into a little bit more breathing and meditation. Okay, give you a few moments to get nice and comfortable. And again, you can do this seated or lying down. When I'm feeling like I really need some extra nurturing, I will lie on my side. I don't know why, that's just like almost like the fetal position. Or you can do a more like Shavasana style, laying on your back with your legs open. Whatever feels good to you. You can start to flutter your eyes, like open and close them very quickly. And then sort of just let them get heavy. And when they're ready, they will close. Feel free to play and, you know, keep one eye open for a little while. They say you're one eye being open and the other eye closed. It's like you're half in the spirit realm, half in the 3D. I just felt my spine crack in a few places, so let's turn our attention to our spine. If you need to do any subtle rocking or massaging to any parts of your body, maybe roll around your ankles, your wrists, your neck. Just deepening your awareness to any parts that may need some extra attention. Focusing on spine health can truly realign you know, our whole vessel, mind, body, spirit. And let's just set the intention of really tuning into our spine and calling in like a soft, warm, honey golden white light into the spinal area, massaging in between the vertebra and our discs. And not just the front of the spine, but in the back, on the sides. Really just feeling like there's just a flow of liquid light pouring into our spine and just slowly permeating through our organs, our blood, our fascia. Yeah, if someone here has been working with fascia, like myofascial release or realignment, or someone here may be called to work with that. And even right now, just setting the intention of allowing this, now I'm seeing like a pearlescent liquid light flow through the fascia. permeating each cell, tuning into what we call our telomeres, the ends or caps of the DNA that are allegedly connected to aging. And just imagining them expanding, rejuvenating our vitality. Now we're just going to have a subtle awareness, intention to scan through our body. And you may want to notice how you feel now from maybe when you first started. And this time we're going to do some slow breathing. So you can take in a nice long breath through the nose. And keep sipping air, pulling in your navel, and take in as much air as you can. Fill up more. Keep sipping through the nose. And then you're going to hold and squeeze all of your body as much as you can. Squeeze, hold, keep squeezing even more. And then just exhale it all out. Even when you think you've exhaled, just empty out even more. We're going to do that again. And this time I invite you to pick a body part, the first one that comes to mind. It could be multiple body parts if you are feeling called to focus on multiple. If you have that level of ability to kind of bilocate your consciousness that way. Personally, I'm going to focus on the neck, where it meets the spine and all around the neck, as well as the tailbone and my wrists. So we're going together to, again, take a nice breath in, breathe it out. And this time we're going to breathe in and continue to sip in the air and hold as much air as you can, focusing on your body part or parts of choice. And this is a nice way to practice bilocation, meaning having your consciousness be focused in two areas or places at once. Continue sipping in the air. Ooh, I just felt that in the ribs. Continue breathing in. And now we're going to continue to squeeze. Suck in more air and squeeze. Tense. Squeeze, squeeze. Squeeze your buttocks. Squeeze your abs. Continue squeezing, holding, squeezing. And then just Beautiful. I'm seeing the color red. You may hear some birds in the background. And now we're going to set an intention something that you would like to experience deeper with your physical body. It can be anything that comes to mind. Then we're going to set an intention like for the collective, I feel that, in numbers, we can truly create like larger ripple effects when we set intentions together. And I'll just give you a few moments. And if nothing comes to mind, I always just like to say, for the highest good of all, allow what is ready to come through. And then you can kind of be surprised when something will pop up that will connect. And I'm just going to take a few moments and amplify the intentions, tune into the earth grids, the organic grid structures. I keep feeling the what they call the ant people. So someone listening to this may have connected with this energy at some point, or might in the future. I believe it was the Hopi tribe who were very connected to the ant people. So that may be relevant for someone. And now I'm seeing a blue diamond, and I heard the blue star Kachina. I just finished with my own intentions for myself and for the collective, and for anyone listening to this, of course. And we can just sort of go through, starting at the crown of the head, and then almost like rising very slowly with the awareness around our body, almost as if someone is like drawing chalk around us when we're like our kids and we lay on the ground, like layers of color. You can just tune into your auric field and allow that visualization, or whatever comes to you, to allow your awareness to expand more and more outside your body. My hands are tingling. You may feel some tingles. And with that beautiful crystalline liquid light we were inviting in earlier, I'd like to imagine and invite you to imagine that whatever color comes to you, the colors, textures, start to flow in from that raised and heightened awareness through your auric field into the top of your head. You can just feel it trickling down your head. If you have hair, going through your hair. Tuning into your forehead, the back of your head, and your eyebrows. We often carry a lot of tension behind our eyes. So you may just want to focus your awareness behind your eyes a little bit and release any tension that's there. In through the ears, down the jaw, another very heavy tension spot, I feel. You might want to slightly open your mouth and just sort of stretch out the jaw. Notice your teeth and your tongue, your nose. Just sending love, gratitude. I know so often it's easy to focus on what hurts or what's uncomfortable, but sometimes it's nice to carve out some space and just thank our body for all that it does, and just recognizing its natural intelligence and trusting our bodies more, and kind of building that symbiotic relationship. Like all relationships, they can take some awareness and effort. And so just take a moment to thank yourself for tuning in and carving out that space. Now we're moving down the back of the neck, circling to the front and the sides, down the shoulders, coming back to the spine, and almost like a beautiful tornado of liquid crystalline light, just kind of circling all around your back, your chest, collarbones, rib cage, the heart, the high heart, the thymus, the shoulders, down through the arms. And again, just trying your best not to judge, but just observe. Just take note of how you feel, and allowing this beautiful liquid crystalline light to continue flowing down the front of your body and your belly, your lower back, your sacrum, your pelvis, circling your thighs, really focusing on those knees. Our knees really do so much for us. Down into the calves and the shins, swirling around our ankles, front and back, our Achilles heel, through the tops of the feet and the bottom, the toes, up through the fingers. And you can take as much time as you need. There's no rush to stay in this place. And I just wanted to thank you so much for listening, and I hope that you have a beautiful rest of your day, night,